So, is this article true or not? Well, let's go through it. This is over on XDA. This is an excellent site, by the way. 6 ways to extend the life of your PC components. And I have to say, they're pretty on par here. Avoid prolonged stress. Now, if you're using your computer, for example, for mining and stuff, well, that's stress, right? That's stress that's on your maybe GPU and your CPU all the time. I have a little bit I disagree with this in some ways because I have generally left all my hardware on all the time, 24/7, 365 days a year, and I have not had really any issues, knock on wood, with anything ever. And to be honest, if you turn your system off and on all the time, and it doesn't stay at that comfortable hot temperature, all the time, you might have more problems with your hardware. Today's hardware can handle load, and it can handle a lot of pretty high temperatures. Not too high. There's thresholds that you don't want to go beyond. So yes, that is true for the most part. Next here we have avoid overheating. Absolutely. And I would recommend going with some kind of, all-in-one, an AIO, a water cooling system for your CPU 100%. If you're buying a computer, make sure you factor that in. And for the most part, right now, an AIO is just as cheap really as a really expensive heatsink. So why wouldn't you do that? Get water cooling for sure. Keep it dust free. I'm glad they included this. This is very important. Make sure, I just did that the other day. Actually, I have a small little quiet compressor that I use. I don't use a canned air because canned air, well, it can get quite cold, if you don't hold it perfectly level and stuff. And the pressure, well, canned air should be okay. If you get an air compressor, make sure, do some research into the pressure you should be, using, because if you use too much pressure, you can break fans and stuff. So be careful of that. But yes, clean your system out, make it dust free. Also some cases have filters, so clean those filters out as well. Use a quality power supply. Yeah, I can't state enough how important an amazing power supply is, because it supplies juice to all of the components in your system. Now, use surge protection. I was first going, well, why would they have this in here? But yes, for years, I used to have a huge UPS, uninterrupted power supply, or a surge protector. Surge protector for sure, but I used to have a surge, usually the UPSs have the uninterrupted power supplies, they have their own built-in surge protection, but you definitely want to have a surge protector. If not just a surge protector, you want to have, a UPS as well, because if the power fails, a surge protector is not going to help you keep your system up, and then you can shut it down, gracefully and gradually. But a surge protector is very, very important. And lastly here, they have avoid unnecessary contact. Yes, make sure if you are making contact with your system, ground yourself in some form or fashion. That could be a grounding strip. It could mean grounding yourself on an outlet, for example, the screw that's on the outlet or something. But make sure you ground yourself and try to stay away from the inside of your computer as much as you can, even if you know what you're doing, right? You don't want to be in there just, ooh, let me touch this, let me touch that. No, you should not be doing that. So that's good. Some really, really good points here as well. Just treat your system like, it's so precious to you, and for all that you do, whether it's gaming and or doing work or whatever. Just treat it with respect and do some common sense things like these, because they are that. Just be kind to it. Just be kind to your computer.